Hello, everybody. Welcome to this wonderful show that I'm going to be telling you about. Basically, it's going to be very interesting, and it's going to be how it goes. I know that this can be very interesting in how it is, because this can be very interesting as well. So, welcome to another live video of this program that I'm doing. Because this can be very interesting, right? So. There are things that you must learn first in order to do it, because whenever you have a good chance, whenever you have proceeding with caution, you have the ability to understand of how it goes. You have to understand of how it is in that way. Whether you focus on that ability to understand what's happening that way, you have to go with the flow. You have to pay attention. You have to do what you were told to do, and when you do it, that's how it goes. It's like, okay, well, this is the way it works. This is the way of how it is, and when you do it, that's how it seems to be, because you have to understand it, right? It's the way of how it goes nowadays. Because when you look at it, it's like, okay, well, this is gonna be interesting. I know what to do. Yes, but the way of this is, in during this whole entire format, this is how it goes, right? It's everything is gonna be all good in this whole entire, master parade of this whole entire, about this whole entire this game that I'll be playing, and it is very interesting based on it. But you know what? You know what is kind of surprising is that I look up the word, and I look up something on the internet yesterday, and it was so surprising that when you have a five card, basically a five of a kind can actually defeat a royal flush. I never knew that. I never knew that because the five of a kind will defeat a royal flush, because if you have deuces or something higher, it will actually defeat a royal flush. It's basically interesting, right? It's basically of how it is, but this is how it goes. Where we have to underestimate it. We have to know what we can imply to do. This is how it goes, right? It's like, okay, well, it's gonna be very interesting. So I think that my own basic reasons is like, this is how it kind of plays out, and when it does, this is how it is. It's like, okay, well, everything's gonna be interesting of how it is in that way, where you focus on that. You're focused about your own dignity, your own, how it is, right? So you're trying to be, uh, how it's going to be illegitimate of how it is in that way, but you focus on that here and now, this whole entire ability to understand that, right? So, this is the way how it works, and this is how it is. So you have to go with the flow, and you have to understand about what's going on and how it's going to apply to you. And you have that basic guarantees because you're thinking, well, I need to do it. I need to process. I need to understand about my own way about how it is, right? So it's like whenever you decide to, whether you have your own potential of how it is, this is the way of how it looks like. This is the way of how it is, right? So that's why whenever I did something in that situation, we have to believe in order to do that. We have to have our own P's and Q's. It's the way how it works, right? So the way this is, it's the way of how this biological estimation, there's always a 50-50 chance whether you have a good time or having a bad time, but it all depends on where the cards are going to end up being, right? It's going to be who's who in this whole entire complex. It's the way of how it is, right? So when you have your own dignity and your own ability to understand, well, that's how it goes, right? It's the way of how it is, right? You have to have your own intuition, your own ways, your own abilities to understand that. It's the way of how it works. You're looking at it from a different lifestyle, a different perspective, and this is how it goes, right? So you see it, right? So the way I'm going to tell you all is that we have a red deck of cards and we have a blue deck of cards. So whether I'm going to discard a red card or a blue card, this is how it goes. It is in the same process, but this is how it is. It's the way of how it is in that way. And you think, well, this is going to be interesting, right? So this is how it goes. But biological estimation, there's going to be lots of ways about what to do. You have to understand of how it is in that way, right? So This is how it goes. So you see it and you think, okay, well, this is going to be very interesting and this is going to be how it is in that way. This is how it goes, right? You see it as wonderful feeling. And the card rankings. So rankings of the poker hands is a royal flush, straight flush, four of a kind, full house, flush, straight, three of a kind, two pair, and high card. That's what it says in this wonderful reading that I'm reading you. Yeah, because this is how it goes. So you look at it from a different way, and this is how it goes. You see it as a different understanding of how it goes in that way, whether you like it or not. But this is how it goes. It's based on that. It's based on how you're going to look at it from a different perspective, and that's what it's going to be. You know what it is in that way. So that's why when it doesn't say about a five, more than the five of a kind, or or deuces wild, or whatever it is, you have to know what's going to imply. So remember, um, this is how we're going to get started. Is that the pokeguts will be on your left side, Zodiac is on the right side. Do not confused about that. But the way this is, we're going to figure out who goes first, and this is how it goes. It's going to do that. So if you want to say something high in the live chat, go ahead. But this is how it goes in that way. So hopefully you all enjoy it, and this is how it is. So this is the way it works. I am drinking my coffee. Uh, that's how it goes, and this is the way it is. So here we go. So let's see. So we're gonna go and see who's gonna go first. We guys have the 6 diamonds. So yeah, so the Queen Hearts. So I'll go first. So it is. Right. And all right. So I have 1, 2, 3 reds and 2 blues. So that's very interesting. So I have the ace 3 of diamonds, 6 8 of clubs, and 9 hearts. That's not bad because I got the diamonds and clubs. And what does Bogus have? And they have. Well, I actually gave them 4 cards. Oops, my mistake. Actually, there's 5 cards together. Okay, so Bogus have 1 red and 4 blue. And let's see what they have. They have the King Jack of Hearts, 8 Jack of Spades, and Queen of Diamonds. So that's what they have. Now, I'm so sorry that my voice seems to be quiet. So sorry about that, everyone. By the way, what this is, you can turn up the volume if you decide to, whether if you're on your computer, your TV, your laptop, your phone. Try to understand with the volume, okay? All right. So this is going to be very interesting. So here we go. So I'll discard 1 red, and I'll add 1 red, 1 blue, 1 red. And here we go. The flop is 8 of hearts, 4 diamonds, 2 of spades. That lets me, because I have a straight draw. So let's have top pair of 8s. The turn. So discard 1 blue, a blue, check the diamonds. Now Pogots have top set with pair of jacks. And I got a diamond draw and a straight draw, not bad. And discard 1 red, add the blue, that's 3 of clubs. And basically I only have a pair of 3s. I missed my straight draw because there's no 5. Pogots have top set with pair of jacks. I can tell, jacks and 8s. So they get 1 point for the Pogots, 0 points for Zodiacs. Why? Because pair of 3s cannot defeat their set. What the Pogots have. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Yes. Right? So there you go. Discard 1 red. Add 2 red, 1 blue. And the flop is 2 of hearts, 7 clubs, 6 hearts, It's going to be very interesting. So I got top pair of sixes. Photos have a heart draw. Not bad. A turn. Discard one blue, add a blue, 9 spades. Now we got 9s and 6s. I got a 2 pair. Players have a no-bander. So they have a hard draw and pretty much like a gut shot, as in like a straight draw that they want. And discard one blue, add a blue. Queen of clubs. And I know that the players have a pair of queens, but then I got 6s and 9s. I got 2 pair. So I was lucky. Now it's be 1 point for Zodiac, 1 point for Pro Gods. Wow. Pretty good start. And I'll discard at least 3 cards, but we'll tell you them. So it'll be one red, 1 blue, 1 red. So discard. And then I'll add 1 blue and 2 reds. And the flop is 6 5 of spades, 10 of hearts. Ooh, now this is good. So I have an open ender. Pogots have a spade draw. So it's kind of a little bit kind of dicey, which means that's kind of very sketchy for Zodiacs. They only got top pair. Return. So discard one red, add a red, king diamonds. Now I still need a 7. So I don't want the 7 of spades. I want the 7 of clubs, 7 of hearts, 7 of diamonds. You know, that's what I want. Pogots still have top pair and a spade draw. And straight draw. Like they have a lot of outs. And discard 1 blue, add a blue. There's the 7 of spades. I said that. Wow. Suppose have the jack 8 spades. They have a jack high flush. That kills my 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 high straight. 9 high straight. So I missed. Now it'll be 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 points for the Pro Gods. And 1 point for Zodiacs. Wow. Let's see what's going on here. Discard 1 blue. Add 3 blues. Let's see. And the flop is 2 4 of clubs, 5 of spades. The turn. Discard 1 red, add a red. 7 diamonds. And discard 1 blue, add a blue. And let's see. 6 hearts. And yeah, when I look at the poker gods, they had like a straight draw, but if they use Queen E, they have the 6. They have the 8 high straight. But when I look at this, I got the 9 high straight, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 high straight. So that'll be 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 points for Zodiacs, 2 points for poker gods. So not bad though, like really not bad because they had a good hand so far. And you think, okay, well, everything's gonna be fine, yes. But you see it as a different perspective. You see it as wonderful feeling. You think, oh, everything's gonna be fine, yes. But in that quota, in that own way, you see it as wonderful feeling. You see about how it is in that direction, because that's how it goes, right? So that's what it seems to be, I guess. But the way how this is in this entire format, I think that an ability to understand of how it goes in that way, whether you have your own professionalism and your own ways of considering your own lifestyle to understand what's going on, right? You see it as a wonderful feeling and you think, oh, okay, well, everything seems to be fine. Yes. But the way all this is how it goes in that way, right? It's like, this is the way of how it is. It's like almost like an open field, right? It's like you're basically like let's pretend that you're on like in a baseball field. You know that you're on home base, but you have to get from home base, first base, second base, third, and then back to the home base, right? When you're out, three strikes, you're out, right, into the whole entire ball game, right? So, but this is like kind of like the poker right now. Both players are at the same points. 2 points with both guys, 2 points with all outs, right? It's a way of how it's gonna be all complex, and that's the way of how it is. It's the understanding of how it is. So you see it as one fulfilling, and you have to know of how it kind of complies to that situation, right? So you see it as one fulfilling, right? So that's how it goes. So let's see what Bogarts have this time. Wow. So the Bogarts have 1 blue, 2 blue, 3 blue, and 2 red. That's very interesting. Huh. Okay. Bogarts have the ace, 8 of clubs, 6 hearts, 7 diamonds, and 5 spades. That's not bad because now they got the clubs, and then we got 1 suit. I got 4 blue and 1 red. That's interesting. I have the ace, 8, 10 clubs, 9 hearts, and 12 spades. Now you're wondering, wow, this is like kind of like a foul deck. It is, but it's not, because in that way, if the Bogarts have the ace, 8 clubs, and I have the ace, 10 or the 8 of clubs as well, I have the same hand. But you never know, right? So it's like this is how it goes. But I have an ace 10 clubs because I can try and make a royal flush. It's the hardest one to get actually. So this is gonna be very interesting indeed. So here we go. So discard one blue, add a blue and 1 blue and 2 reds. And the flop is 6 hearts, 7 clubs, 2 hearts. Now remember, I have the same card. So the 6 of hearts here on the flop and 6 hearts with both gods, right? I already have an open straight draw because that's not bad for me. Discard 1 blue and a blue. 4 hearts. Now Pogots have a straight and they have 2 pair. I have an open ender, right? I need a 5 or a 10 to make my straight. Discard 1 red, add a red. Drag hearts. That doesn't complete anything because I missed everything. I have a pair of jacks. But Pogots have the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 high straight. That defeats my pair of jacks, right? That's how it goes. So if I do this correctly, it'll be 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 points for the Pogots, 2 points for Zodiac. Right? That's how it goes. So discard 1 blue. And then we have add 2 reds and 1 blue. And the flop is 8 diamonds, 8 hearts, jack of clubs. Now both players, so I have jack 8 for full house. Okay. Pogots have trip 8s of a 3 of a kind. That's interesting. So discard one red, add a blue for the turn. Turn card is the queen clubs. Now watch this. I have a royal flush draw. So I need the king clubs to make a royal flush. Pogots have still a ace high flush draw, but then they have a 3 of a kind with pair 8. I need a king clubs to make a royal flush. It's the hardest one to get. Discard 1 red, add a blue, 3 diamonds. I was that close too. I was that close to make a royal flush. Almost. But I guess that the Pogues have trip 8s, 3 of a kind, but then they got the Jack 8 full house. So that must be at least 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 points for Zodiac, 3 points for the Pogues. Close, isn't it? Yes, it was. Now we're going to do a different flop. Add 1 red. Discard 1 red. Add 1 blue, 1 red. Discard 1 red and the red to make it 2 reds. And flop is 2 of spades, 4 diamonds, and 10 of spades. Not bad. Return. Discard 1 blue, add a red. 3 spades. Discard 1 blue, add a blue. For queen spades. And that doesn't help me either. Nope, because I only got like a pair of 10s. Pogues have the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 high straight. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 points for Pogues, 3 points for Zodiac. Right? So you can see it as a wonderful feeling, right? So discard 1 blue. And then we have 1 blue, 2 blue, 1 red. And the flop is 2 diamonds, 8 spades, and queen diamonds. Not bad. Because I have open ender, open straight draw. Return. Discard 1 red, add red. Turn this to 4 spades. Now Pogues have a straight draw. I still need help. If I use Jack 9 with the 8 queen, I need a 10. And let's see. Discard 1 red, add blue. 7 spades. And I believe that I missed because I only have a pair of 8s. And the Pogues have the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 high straight. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 points for Pogues and 3 points for Zodiac. Wow. So I can see it in different perspective, right? So is that close to make a royal flush? Or is that close to? Right? It's like this is how it kind of ends up being where, you have that own spectacle feeling where, okay, well, this would be very interesting. Yes, it is. But the way how this is and the way how this sounds, it's like you need to understand of how it is in that way, right? So it's like, this is how it goes, right? So let's see what I got. Right, so let's see. I have at least 3 blues and 2 reds. Interesting. So ace, 10, jack of diamonds, 3 of clubs, and 6 of spades. That's not bad because I got diamonds, and that's very interesting. Pogues have 4 blue and 1 red. So let's see. Pogues have the 10, 3 of spades, king, jack of hearts, and 9 clubs. Now I'm thinking, okay, well, both players have a 10, 3 jack. Pogues have the 10, 3 jack as well. So we both kind of split in that way because this is how it goes. So you're thinking, okay, well, 10s and 3s and jacks are gone. Not necessarily. They have the king, jack of hearts, so they can make a royal flush. I have the ace, 10, jack of diamonds. I can't make a royal flush, but I could if I wanted to, if the cards go my way. So I'll discard one blue, add 1 blue, 1 red, 1 blue. And the flop is 7, 2 of clubs and 8 of hearts. It's very interesting. Now both players have an open ender of a straight draw. So I can see it because if I use 10 jack on the N9, players have an open ender. Like they have like a straight draw that this is how it goes. Discard 1 blue, add blue on the turn, 10 diamonds. Now I have identical, the same card, pair of 10s here with the 10 diamonds here in my hand beside the 10 diamonds here. Players have the straight right now, but it's not over yet. Discard 1 red, add red on the last card. 5 of hearts. I kind of missed because I don't have a pair of 10s. I'm missing a straight draw. Players have the 7, 8, 9, 10 jack, jack high straight. 75 plus 1 is 6, 6 points. The player has 3 points for his way out. And then you're thinking, okay, the 10s are gone. Not necessarily. We'll do it again. So discard 1 blue, add 1 red, 1 blue, 1 red, and the flop is 10 clubs, king, queen, and diamonds. Now look at this. Basically, if I have the ace jack of diamonds, I need a 10 diamonds. If I use the ace 10 of diamonds, I need a jack of diamonds. Jack 10 9 diamonds, I need a 9 diamonds or the ace of diamonds. Like to make royal flushes. Like it's hard, right? Players have a king out straight. I have an ace high straight, but then I have a royal flush draw at the same time. Interesting, eh? Yeah. Discard 1 blue. Add red on the turn. Queen clubs. Last one. Add 1 red. Discard. And add 1 blue on the last one. King clubs. Now the players have the kings and tens for a full house. Wow. I had a royal flush draw and I had an ace high straight. But an ace high straight cannot defeat a full house. The full house kills it. I can tell. And that must be at least 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 points. The player has 3 points for 3 outs. Like, wow. And I'm going to discard 3 cards. 1 red, 1 red, 1 red, all 3 reds. Don't know what they are. But then I'll add 1 red and 2 blue. And the flop is 4, 2 of hearts, 7 clubs. And then I'll discard 2 cards, 1 red, 1 blue, and add red on the turn. 8 of hearts. Player guys have a flush right now. And discard 1 red and 1 blue on the last card. Queen clubs. And I believe that I have, basically I'm missing a straight draw, obviously, but players have the king of flush. King of flush defeats my ace high straight draw, and that must be at least 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 points for player guys, 3 points for Zoe outs. Close game again, very close. So it's still the same, you know, and it complies to that perspective. You think, okay, well, this is it, right? It's that close to make a royal flush. It's that close. But you see the combination. You see both the blue cards and the red cards. Right? Because I'm using at least 104 cards. So it's kind of cool. Let's see. So I'm going to do this again. So I'll discard one red, or one blue, one red, one blue. So 2 blues and 1 red. That's what it meant. I'll add 2 reds, discard 1 red, add a red, discard another red. Right? Let's see. And the flop is a jack of diamonds, 4 of clubs, 2 of hearts. That's not bad because I need a straight. I need so if I use my 3-6, I need a 5 to make it straight. Plus, have a pair of jacks. That's what they have. And the turn. Discard 1 red, add a red, 9 diamonds. Now I got a diamond draw. So I have a diamond draw. Pogas have 2 pair, jacks and 9s. So that was very interesting as well, right? Discard 1 blue, add red for the last one. Queen of hearts. Pogas have the 9s and jack, king, queen, king out straight. That defeats my, my straight draw, my diamond draw, everything else. And that must be at least, I think it would be 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 points for the Pogas, 3 points, Zodiac. So as you can see, I was that close to make a royal flush. I was that close to have a diamond draw, right? And it's very interesting as well because you see it as one full way in another perspective, right? Because you think, okay, well, everything's gonna be fine. But while in doubt, it's very interesting of how it is in that way. Whether okay, well, this can be very interesting, and it is, right? So you see it. So it's like, okay, this is very interesting indeed. Yes, it is. So it's like things are coming to go in a different perspective because you see it as one fulfilling. You see it as another go around. So it's like you're on a mini ground, right? And you have to figure out that you're staying on this lovely ride, but it's not working out, right? So it's like you have to believe in that way of knowing what to do, right? That's just how it is. So you see it as a wonderful feeling, right? That's how it kind of goes. And that's why I'm shuffling all these cards. Because I'm shuffling at least 104 cards all together. And it's huge. Really huge. Right? So it's like, okay, this is how interesting it is. And how wild it is. And when it's wild, it's like, okay, this is how it is. Right? And that's how it goes. So you see it as wonderful feeling. You know what's that biological estimation of knowing what to do in that way. You see it as a wonderful feeling. Right? So you see it as one full way. Right? So you see it. So here we go. So let's see. So I have 1 red and 4 blue. So that's very interesting. So let's see what I got. I got 8, 10 of diamonds, ace of hearts, 7, 3 of clubs. That's not bad because that's what I got. And let's see what the Pogas have. They have 3 reds and 2 blues. And they have the king, 4, jack of spades, 6 diamonds, and jack of hearts. So That's what they have. I'm thinking, well, this is interesting, right? They can make a royal flush because they have the highest in spades. The king jack of spades, that's the highest. But you never know, right? You never know, right? So let's see. Discard one blue. Add two reds, three reds. And the flop is jack of hearts, four of clubs, 10 of hearts. Pokers have tops with pair of jacks. Jacks and fours, two pair. I have basically top pair of tens, a bunch straight draw. That's not bad for me. And then discard one red and add a red on the turn. Two hearts. Now I have an open straight draw. Ace straight and Neo 5 to make it straight. So Neo 5 or a 9 to make it straight. Pokers don't want that. But let's see. And discard one blue and add one red. Six of hearts. And when the six of hearts shows up, I kind of miss my straight draw, but the pokers have tops to a pair of jacks. Right? So now it's not 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 points for the pokers, 3 points for the Zodiacs. Wow. So I'll add one red, discard one red. I'll add one red and two blue. Flop is queen of hearts, jack of diamonds, jack of diamonds. Pokers have quads, 4 jacks. That's a 4 of a kind. Pair of jacks here, pair of jacks here. That's quads. Yes, it's the same suit as jack of diamonds, but that's how it goes. Right? Discard one red, add a blue on the turn, 3 diamonds. Now I do hit the flush, but then the Pogots still have the quads. And discard one blue, add a red. The last one, queen diamonds. Wow, so look at that. So everything that you can think of, they have pair of jacks, that's quads, 4 of a kind. I have the 10-eye flush, right? So it's like this is how it goes. Even they have a full house as well, right? They use a pair of jacks, a pair of queens. They have a full house with one of their jacks. Even quads is ahead. That's a 4 of a kind. Four of a kind here, right? So that must be at least 11 points. The both got 3 points. So yeah, wow. Discard one red. Add 3 reds. And the flop is 2, 5 of spades, 8 of hearts. Poets have a spade draw and a straight draw. I only have top pair with a pair of eights right now. Discard one red. Add a red on turn. Queen of hearts. Discard one blue. Add red on the last one. 5 of clubs. Poets have a pair of jacks, pair of fives. I only have a pair of eights, but I missed it. Now it'd be 12 points for the gods and 3 points for Zodiacs. Wow. Wow. This is how frustrating it is. Zodiacs is going on tilt right now a little bit because I'm still stuck at that number. Number 3. Poets are still ahead. Like, I guess they're up to like 9 points ahead of me. And yes, 9 plus 3 is 12, obviously. So, I'm trying to remember about how it goes in this way. Because this is how complex it is. Let's see. So I have one red, discard one blue, add one blue, one red, discard one red, one blue, and the flop is 3 of hearts, 6 diamonds, jack clubs, discard one blue, and one blue on the turn. Now I got the club draw. That's not bad. Pros have a straight draw, and they're top set. And then I'll discard one red, add one red on the last one. 7 of hearts. Both have the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 high straight. Wow, with their top set. I missed it because I don't see anything for me. There's no 9, there's no 4, there's no club. Nope, because I missed it. So that'd be 13 points for the pro guys and 3 points for Zodiac. Unbelievable. So I can see about how irritated this is on how this lovely, interesting about this live concept. And you can see it as a wonderful feeling. You think about, well, this is not going to end well. No, it's not, because how in the heck you basically saying like, well, you're doing the best as you can. It's the way how it works, right? It's the way of how it is. And 3 points against the 13 points, like what? And I'm thinking, well, there's not a good possibility. There's always a will, there's always a way, isn't it? Yes. But the way how this is, it's like, why would you keep prolonging along with it? Like, why would you keep going with it? And it's actually previous. It's like a circus, You're balancing. You're balancing, but then you're out of balance, right? That's how it goes. And whether I try to win or not, I try to get on tilt, on poker turns mad. Because I was trying to win. But no, they win, I lose, right? That's not the whole entire point. The point is like, how would you feel on how this is going to end for you, right? This is how complex it is. But the way this is that's the way how it is. So before I let you all go, try to pay attention about what's happening in this entire segment. Like, it's very how it is. It's in a good word of saying about how redonkulous it is. Like, I don't know what redonkulous means, but you know what I mean. It's like how ridiculous it is, because how would you have 3 points, as in Zodiac had as in me, and then Focus have 13 points? That's 10 points difference. It's like you basically try to do what you can, but it's like, no, you can't. You need to focus on the right way instead of the wrong way, in the wrong profession, right? That's how it goes. You have the ability to understand. You have that understanding of what's going on that way, whether you're liking it. But it's like, no, it's not, right? That's how it goes. So tilting. Like, so tilting. You guys can be laughing if you want in live chat. You can say something in live chat if you want. But oh my god, like, just hear me out. Just hear me out. Like, how in the heck? I know what heck means. I know. But you understand. Why would you consider, if you keep going with this and you're having a good day, no, you're not, you're having a bad day, the cards were not going as my way. It went from the pro god side, not my side, no. But the way how this is, it's like how complex it is. How, right? I did all the work. But when you have at least 104 cards, it's like, wow. It gives you like uh, a huge perspective, right? It's the way of how it works. But how it is, like how would that be interesting, right? It's like you have to understand what's going on. Like I almost had a royal flush draw, but no, we kept missing. Like unbelievable. Even it's so tilting, like where the Bogots had quads as in four of a kind with jacks. I'm thinking, well, and then I had like a almost like a royal flush draw or whatever I had a straight draw, right? But four of a kind, like you never seen that happening. No, you can't. And a four of a kind is almost like the second best of a full house. It is. But it's like how wild that was. Like how would that be possible? Right? And there's a good saying is nothing is impossible to make it possible, right? And that's how it goes. But oh my lord. Like it's the way of how it is. And it's very interesting too. Right? This is how it goes, and I'm just drinking my coffee. But unbelievable. But before I let you go, I know that my voice seems to be very quiet. I'm so sorry about it. But it's the way of how this is. It's the way of how you can accept on what's going on, whether you win or lose. It all depends on how you're having good energy, you're having bad energy, or it happens with the cards. It's like, okay, but that's how it goes, I guess. Right? That's how it goes. So I hope it's very interesting. I hope it's very general for all of you. But this is the way it kind of is in that moment. It's like, this is how it is in that way, whether, okay, everything's going to be fine. But, this is how it is in that way. It's the way of knowing what to do. And when you focus on that, in that whole entire generosity, this is how it goes in that way, right? This is how it is. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please understand it that I'm so sorry my voice seems to be very quiet. So sorry about it. But don't criticize my voice. Please don't. You can turn up the volume if you want. Some videos I will be energetic and I'll raise my voice. Okay. But in general, don't criticize my voice. Don't. Okay. Understand about how it is. If you're old enough, if you're very old, and if you are 65 plus, if you're a senior citizen or whatever, you have to get hearing aids so you can hear me better. Maybe that could work. Or clean out your ears. Or, this is how it goes, right? But, I'm not being mean or rude. But if I did, I'm so sorry if I said that in a different wrong way. By the way, how this is how complex it is. This is how it is in that way. And this is how it is in this whole entire unfortunate. But that's how it goes, I guess. That's how it seems to be, right? But that's how it goes. So your winner is not Zodiac, as in me. Pokers are up to 13 points. And I came in second place, only have 3 points. So low on that one. But anyway, that's how it seems to be, I guess. So I hope you all enjoyed the next live, and this is how it goes. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day to all, and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time when I do. And that's how it goes. So enjoy, and this is the way it is, and that way, this is how it goes. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye for now, everybody. Thank you, and bye.